everybody? Welcome back to another episode of My Allergies and Me. They're killing me tonight, guys. Happy Saturday. Thank you guys for being here. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. All of a sudden, sneeze attacks nonstop. I'm crying, as you can see, but it'll be fine. Um, I have to ask you guys first, though, if you guys would like to start off with. Actually, let me see who's in here first before we get started. Because my question is, do you guys want to start with a recap of everything, or do you guys want to start with the drama? I know the answer already, but I'll give you guys the option to let me know. But let's see who's in here real quickly. Uncarded, how are you, my friend? It says, what does suffice? What time does suffice veteran legend start? This is, you got the wrong channel, my friend. This is the premium channel. Okay, this is premium. The channel you're looking for is, I think it's OOLOU _ Cobra. I think that's the channel you're looking for, my friend. We don't play, Fison, Barbie Fison here. This is, grown men. This is a grown men channel. The Barbie channel is the other one. Some guy, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. Carlito in the house. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here. We got, let's see who else. We got Bobo in the house. How are you, Bob? Guys, don't forget, hit that like button, please, if you don't mind. I appreciate it. We got Faster Popular. Yeah, I sit in the background waiting for the timer to run down. Oh man, Fast probably ordering from Comic Concepts. His favorite site. His favorite site. Oh man, he said cosmic concept. He said cosmic. It's comic. He said cosmic. Unbelievable. Oh my God. Carlos, my friend, how are you? I'm listening, but can't write as I'm driving. Be careful, my friend. Don't be driving and typing. Just listen. Just listen to the drama. That's all that matters. Thank you for watching, my friend. Some guys, drama is best. Unreal. Nefty, my friend, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for being here. We got Derek in the house. How are you, my friend? We got Matt Planet in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. We got Chris in the house. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here tonight. We got Daniel in the house. So, like I mentioned, there's a little drama. Nothing bad, nothing crazy, but something that I feel needs to be discussed. It needs to be talked about. It needs to be brought up. Just because it's two things, two very important things, two very, two very popular companies. Something that popped up for me today. It was one of the reels, and it was something was said that has been said before, and because it was said in that video, I said, you know what? I was like, I've heard this before, so let me save the video, which is what I did, and I'm going to play it for you guys so you understand what I mean. But the reason why I was asking what you guys wanted me to start with is because I was going to wait for Mike to, for him to give us his opinion on, the Venom and all that stuff before I started with all that, so that's why I said, but, I don't want to start with that and then have him show up. Oh, excuse me, guys. That was a sneeze. So let me just get started with you guys. So, where am I? All right. So first of all, this video, like I said, it came up on my, I believe in my Instagram, and I listened to it, and literally the first few seconds of it, I was like, I've heard this before. So I'm going to play it for you guys. So pay attention. It's a very, like I said, it's a very short video, but pay close attention to what is being said. Thank you, my friend. So, pay attention. Like I said, pay attention to everything he says. This is from Jazz Inc. Okay. Again, this was a reel that popped up on my account. But again, just pay attention. Pay very close attention to what's being said. It's again very short, but pay attention.
Bob, this one's for you. Here is the production version of the BVS Batcave. Still early, so we are going to be making some additional tweaks. Still working on getting actual animated screens to work, but it's very difficult. All 6 of them, especially with the massive price increases since we announced this. Anyway.
You heard that? Somebody tell me in the chat what I'm going to point out right now. Somebody tell me, please. In the chat, tell me what was the point of me playing that video. See if you guys picked it up. And then once somebody tells me, then I'll get into it. The Thor, my friend, how are you? Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here, my friend. Some guy says, I know. Yeah, it's Yost. It's Yost from Jazz Inc. But my point is, pay attention to what is being said specifically. Like very, very carefully to what is being said. And then I'll get into it. Let me know if you guys want me to play. I'm going to play it again. Just for those who didn't pick it up. Here we go.
Bob, this one's for you. Here is the production version of the BVS Batcave. Still early, so we are going to be making some additional tweaks. Still working on getting actual animated screens to work, but it's very difficult. All 6 of them, especially with the massive price increases since we announced this. Anyway.
Could anybody tell me now? Cocaine and Exactly. Thank you. MB Dyson, how are you, my friend? Massive Exactly. It looks like desk you can get from Costco. So yes, the ultimate is $1,600. So again, guys, let me see. Massive price increases in getting his right. So, like I said, I've heard that before. Heard what before? For whatever reason, in the past, when I was keeping track of the projects that obviously I purchased, which were the Vulture, the 1966 Batmobile, and the BVS Deluxe, right? Which is the BVS Batmobile with the options to swap out the weapons and turn it into the Justice League Batmobile, right? So I was always paying attention to those projects. Every time, there was an update, I would be watching his videos and all that stuff. As of now, I've never watched his videos. I have no reason to, I don't plan on buying anything. So I don't pay attention unless somebody sends me, a clip or something important that I need to talk about. So because of that reel, as you saw, it was a reel that popped up on my screen. I said, you know what? I got to talk about this because, again, when I was on top and of those projects and paying attention and being so interested in them because I was going to buy them and I was already, making payments on the payment plan. He said that before, and he said that multiple times. For whatever reason, every time he prices something, there's always a problem with the price, and for whatever reason, it always needs to go up. He always throws that around. Okay. My issue is, if you have been doing this for how many years now, and this is something that always happens, right? Why don't you price it at whatever you think it's going to go up to, right? And stop saying that. Because all that does is you're throwing it out there that, oh, it's too expensive. What does that say? Either we got to increase our prices again because everything's so expensive all of a sudden. That makes no sense. Why? Price it at whatever you think it's going to be, right? And that's it. Leave it alone. You don't need to constantly, again, it's not the first time he said that. It's not the second time he said that. It's not the third time. For whatever reason, every time there's a project, there's always something wrong and something, there's a problem with the price. There's something always going up. Something always. Why? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. And I understand, things do go up, but don't stop telling us that. You already priced your item at whatever price you wanted it, including all these functional screens. So all of a sudden, we're still going to tweak it because, it's been a problem that we can't get these screens to work because everything's so expensive. What the hell? How is that the customer's problem? Why do I need to know that? Why do you need to say that? Why do you need to tell me that? We're already paying, whoever's buying it's already paying you for whatever you're charging for it. So why do you need to tell us that? And again, it's not the first time, it's not the second time, it's not the third time. Happens all the time. It's like he needs to throw it out there. Oh, everything got more pricey, everything's more expensive, everything, why? That's not my problem. You price it at whatever you want, right? And then whoever wants to buy it decides I want to buy this item for this price, and that's it. You set the price at whatever you think it's going to sell for, because it's whether it's a simple or complicated project, it's up to you to decide whatever the price is going to be for that, right? So why do I need to know? Why do you need to tell me that everything got so much more expensive and that you're having issues? Then you need to tweak it more because you offered a project with moving screens and changing screens, and all of a sudden, we still got to tweak it because everything's so expensive. That has nothing to do with me. Just do whatever you offered and sold to us and sold to whoever bought it, and you don't need to tell me what you go through, and that's that's the thing. That's why as soon as, I don't know if you heard it at the end, he goes, anyway, because he knows that the video shouldn't be about that. The video should be about the project, the project or the product that he's showing you. Oh, this is, as far as we've come so far, we're still got to work on the the moving screens that we promised when we announced the project. That's it. You don't need to talk about everything got so expensive. Oh, we're gonna go broke now. So it's you guys have to understand that they're a business. It's that simple. They're in it for money. You want to say that they're that they're your friends, and you want to say that they're collectors, and you want to say that they're whatever. That's your problem. But they're a business first and foremost. They didn't just get that whole facility looking like the Avengers, upstate location because they're making peanuts off of, powered by collectors. It's a business. It's a business. Anybody who thinks otherwise is out of their mind. It's very simple. So again, that's why he gets upset. Because, when you guys promise, we're going to buy all your plastic and you don't, then he's like, you guys played me, because it's frustrating as a business. That's why I understand him as a business owner, right? I agree with, some things that he does, or, the product or whatever. But he's a business owner. So I understand that, on that side. But you guys, for whatever reason, it's like, he's our friend. He's, he asked me what I wanted and he's making what I wanted. And then you guys don't buy it. So, let me see what you guys are saying real quickly. Let's see. Where am I? Here we go. Backlit static screens is good enough. No, it looks fine. That's the thing. It looks perfectly fine. But again, he offered, I guess, whoever was interested in the project, we're going to have it just like the movie. Okay, then just have it just like the movie, but don't be, throwing stuff out there like, everything's so expensive. Why? That's letting you guys know, hey, guess what? For the next project, everything's got to go up more because it's expensive. And that's the game. And you're already going to be, you're going to be up to $2,000 per vehicle because everything's suddenly so expensive. It's a game. It's a game. It's a game. He sounded like a guy on the first girl. I'm just gonna I just gonna put the tip in. just the tip. You're insane. Dude, stop rolling your it's getting no, it's itchy as hell. It's itchy. It's so itchy right now. Oh my god. It's watermelon. He also figures if you can afford oh my god. He's like cocaine. Oh my god, you guys are insane. Selling drugs isn't exactly your business. But yeah, so that's what I'm telling you guys. It's insane. That was, again, and I don't bring that up. I never bring that up about him. Again, he tries his best to please as much as possible. You can't get any better than asking the community, what do you guys want? And if I make it, are you really going to pay for it? You can't get any better than that. Imagine if Hot Toys gave us those options. Hey guys, what would you like us to make? People will go nuts. People, I feel like that's what people want to a certain extent, but they want that from, I guess, companies that, we like. For example, I don't think anybody would be upset if Hot Toys did that. I don't think anybody would be upset if, Blitzway did that. 3-0 did that. Enterbay did that. You know what I mean? Like companies that are worth it. I don't think people would be like, oh no, like I don't care about your product. So he what he's doing is very smart because he's gauging, what people would like to buy. But the problem is he's very expensive. So that's why it backfires. He could say, oh, what do you guys want? But then it's like, all right, everybody, whoever got this, whoever wanted this, this one's going to be $1,500. It's like, oh, wait a minute. You know what I mean? So that's exactly the message that I read last week. I think it was last week, about the guy talking about the product. It's like, I'm hesitant to pull the trigger because of this, because of that. And he's not complaining. It's not a complaint. It's a fact, So, for the person who was here that day, oh, why don't you just have him fix it and stop complaining? It's not a complaint. I don't talk about it. I'm talking about situations. That guy was not complaining, responding to that post. He was letting it be known that this is why I am hesitant to pulling the trigger. It has nothing to do with the complaint. It's experience. It's a fact. That's all I'm telling you guys. I tell you my facts, my experiences, the things that I went through. So hopefully it doesn't happen to you guys. But it's not a complaint. What do I get out of complaining? Nothing. That's why I don't do it. Anybody who says, oh, you're complaining, I am not. And anybody who takes this as a complaint is clearly not, mentally stable or normal, because I have no reason to complain. So, so that's what happens. It's crazy. And it's like, what do you do? What do you do? People want all these vehicles. People want all these cool things because that's what they are. They're really cool things. They're really cool vehicles. It's not something that, everybody's making, which is why he's very beneficial and he works in the community, right? It's just, the price point, the quality is what messes him up because the customer service is there. They always respond to you. They, any messages that you send them, you'll get that automated message, and then somebody will get back to you always. Oh, sometimes it may take longer than other days, but they always get back to you. So that's the thing, he's got a lot of stuff going on for him, but it's, I feel like the main things are like what are killing him, which is, the price point and the quality. I feel like if the vehicles were cheaper, with that quality, I don't think people would really care. If a vehicle that he sells, for example, $1,200, if it was $700, I don't think people would really care, because it's 700. It's it's a massive thing. It's not bad. But the problem is, you're paying almost $2,000 for these things, and it's like, what are you getting? Is it really worth it? I don't think so. Which is why I stopped. When I saw that, my last straw was the Batmobile, the 66. I was like, this is what did it for me. Like that was my last straw, was the fact that because of the fact that it was supposed to be licensed. And it looked like that out of the fact that it left the factory that way, I was like, this is a slap in the face. I was like, there's no pride here whatsoever regarding, the licensed product now. The BVS was unlicensed, and it looks, in my opinion, it looks better than the 66. And the 66 was supposed to be better, in my opinion. If something's licensed, you'd think you would take a little bit more pride into it, make sure that the quality check is there, that, anything that could possibly go wrong that you saw during the testing, part of the vehicles that you saw that, oh, let's make sure this doesn't happen. Like none of it, or else my vehicle would have never left the warehouse like that. So that's what I'm talking about, And so he's charging all these very, very expensive prices for these things that like nobody, it feels like nobody really checks, you know. Michael, how are you? I'm on. Harold, my friend, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. We got unlicensed is better. Yeah, I guess with them it is, you know. Anyone playing PS? I didn't even get mine. But I watched when I saw that everybody was, you know, that it was out. I watched I started watching like the storyline. Oh, it looks so good. And it's supposed to be a really long game. And it looks like MJ. You can play as MJ, which is really cool. I never expected that. So that's really nice. But anyway, so you know, that's my only issue. That's why I wanted to bring that up, because you know, again, it's just for you guys to pay attention, you know, to the things that are happening around you, so you don't, you know, so you don't make mistakes, so you don't fall for these things. You know, and the thing again, the reason why I say that he belongs in the community, and you know, that he's very important in the community, because nobody's making what he's making. You know, he's making really cool, you know, random vehicles, whether it's, you know, DC, whether it's you know, Star Wars. There's a lot of people that really love that stuff, which is why he's even in business to begin with, right? It's just he needs to step it up. He needs to step it up, just like he stepped up his location to that nice building. You know, how did he do that? By making money. How? From people buying his products, right? That him getting that location isn't just because he paid it out of pocket and is like, oh, let me get this so it can look better for sales. No, you guys are paying for that. I paid for that. You know, anybody who has ever bought a product paid for that. So that's the thing. Just be smart. It's a business. At the end of the day, it's a business. It's that simple. It's a business. Let's see. Carlitos says, I'm hooked. Can't stop playing. You guys. By selling pre-order. By selling pre-order. And then, guys, so a little disclaimer before we start my next topic. I'm not responsible for any hurt feelings regarding what I'm about to talk about. I'm just here to tell you, you know, my opinions, you know, to show you, if you guys don't see the angle, to show the angle. So again, if you're you know, if you get upset and you want to attack me, you're just going to get banned. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. It's not worth it. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to try to, you know, help you guys out and, you know, share what I think you know, is happening or could happen, or you know, to avoid any situations in the future. So just so you guys are aware, don't try to come for me, because you're the only one who's going to get banned. So here we go. Don't. So I'm carded. Ah, man, this guy. All right, so InArt, right? So before I get started, I want to give a huge shout out to Rudy's 16 World. You guys check him out on Instagram, on YouTube. He decided to so he likes InArt. He loves, you know, the way they make their figures. He likes the way they look. But again, there's nothing wrong with liking the company, liking their product. I never, you know, that's not why I always talk about them, or the negative things that I say about them has nothing to do with their product. And so he pointed out that the Harry Potter figure, right? The Harry Potter figure that he is interested in. I think he pre-ordered it. He also mentions that it's about almost about $600, which is insane, and that price is gonna like not make more sense when I tell you what I'm about to tell you. So, he decides to. If you haven't, yes, guys, please don't forget, hit that like button. There's 33 of you guys in here. If you don't mind, I appreciate it. Thank you. So, Harold, come at me, bro. All right, so what do you call it? So, Rudy messages them and says this. All right. So this is like I said. So his page is Rudy's _1_6_world. Again on Instagram and also on YouTube. So he says, "Hi team, just one question regarding the Harry Potter figure. You show him in flight poses with a broom, but I don't believe you showed a flight stand. Can you confirm how the flight pose will be possible? Thanks." This is InArt response. "Hi, Rudy. Sorry for the late reply. The flying pose of Harry Potter in the official image is meant to show off the movability of the figure more fully. Collectors who wish to strike a similar pose may need to bring their own clear stand. Thank you for understanding." How does that make you feel? So, as Rudy says here, $600 for this figure and no flight stand. Are they for real? So, if you're a premium company, right? If you're a premium company, and I'm going to show you the image that that he's talking about and that we're talking about, so you have an idea of what I mean. But the point is, if you're a premium, right? You're supposed to be premium. You're the best of the best. You're better than Hot Toys. You make the best product. You're premium. You're premium, and and you can't even give anybody that is buying your premium product a flight stand for the product that you're selling at $600. And not only that, but you have the nerve to tell your customers that you're pretty much on your own regarding, the poses that they show you of their product to entice you to buy them, right? Because that's the whole point. That's how they pose them, how they pose them, and they show you what they show you for you to be like, oh, wow, that looks cool. That's how I want to display. That's how I want him to display him this way. And then to do that to you is like, it's like, nope. It's like, we are only a premium company. We're only selling premium figures. We're not here to give you premium flight stands. We're not here to give you the full product. We're only here to give you half-ass of the product. And so it's I just liked this by mistake. And so that's what's going on. They're charging you $600 for a figure with no flight stand. And I don't understand how anybody could be okay with that. Here we go. Found it. I don't understand how anybody could be okay with that. So this is the image, right? So this is how they show you him, flying, right? So wouldn't you, as somebody who was buying Harry Potter, when you'd be like, oh, that's cool. Like, I can't wait to display it this way, right? So you got the two looks, So why wouldn't them as a company, as a premium company, best of the best, top of the line, better than Hot Toys, been around forever, gluting and rooting and, selling you magnetic bases, which are, the best thing in the world. And they can't give you a clear, nobody's asking for innovation. Nobody's asking for give us a flying, Harry Potter. We're asking for a clear plastic 2 cents stand. Nobody's asking for anything expensive. Nobody's the same exact thing that they're giving Superman, which is that clear, cheap flight pole, that little clear acrylic looking thing. That's all they need to give for the thing, for the Harry Potter. But because they're all about money and not about the community, like you guys think, that's why you're paying $600 with no flight stand for a figure that's supposed to be flying, as you can see on the screen. Here you go. So that's my point. Why would you want to pay $600 for something like this when it's not even complete. It's not complete from the premium company, right? The company that sells you premium. That's the best of the best. They've been around for 2 days, but they're the best. Crazy. You got to get your own flight stand directly from InArt. Slap in the face. Instead of playing it off and saying, oh, we didn't even get to that yet. We're working on it, or we're going to see what works better, like something. But it's like, nah, you're on your own with that one. What? $600? Yeah. Let's see what you guys are saying. The door. The door. Unbelievable. Says you have to buy the Superman to get the exactly. It's insane. It's insane. What's next from InArt? What would I have no idea. What do they want? Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know what they're doing. I don't follow them at all. Like I said, once my Pennywise is here, that's it, and I'm done. For Glued, I paid. I'll pay infinity. Oh, wait. Michael, welcome.
What's up?
You made it. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. How are you?
Not bad. So we're going over some InArt action. I don't know if you saw, but Rudy, right here, I'm going to put it up for you again so you could see what I'm talking about. So Rudy from Rudy's 1/6 World message InArt directly and asked them this. I don't know if you could read it, but he asked them if the Harry Potter figure that's $600 was going to come with a flight stand, because as you can see, they show him like this in the promo pictures. And so he's saying that, what the hell? Why would you have to pay for a clear for your? So InArt says, you got to find your own flight stand pretty much. So what do you think about that? As a premium $600 figure company that is, the best on the market right now, partly licensed, in Asia, charging you $600 not only for a it's not a full size figure, it's not a 12-inch figure, it's a kid figure like that, and they won't give you a flight stand that's probably 2 cents. So what do you say?
InArt's boring, man. It bores me. There's too much talk about InArt.
No, but like forget that it's InArt. Forget the brand. Like, obviously that's what we don't deal with.
You need a flight stand for your Harry Potter? Really?
Well, like, the thing is, it's the principle of being charged that much money for a 6-inch figure pretty much, and not even, think about giving.
What would Hot Toys give you? A clear acrylic pipe? Is that what they give you?
That's what it would be. That's exactly what it would be. But they'll give you something for that, for that use. But InArt, it's not even giving you that while charging you 2 to 3 times more than a Hot Toys. That's what I mean. Like, how do you feel that about? Forget InArt. As any company doing that to anybody, how do you feel about that?
No, I don't need a flight stand for Harry Potter. No, I don't think that's a big deal.
While you're paying $600, you don't think it's something that they should have added at that price?
I would never pay $600 for a Harry Potter.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The fact that it's at $600 and they're not even giving you a flight stand. Again, I don't care for that. I don't care for the company. I'm just saying.
I mean, I like the Harry Potter movies and stuff. I just, that doesn't equate to me.
Right. So you're saying, let's just say you love the figure. You're buying the figure.
Love the figure. I'm buying it $600.
Right. Would you not feel a type of way if you were planning, or you liked that look of, that flight looks awesome. I can't wait to display like that. And then you find out that you're not going to be able to display like that at $600.
How would you display it like that? It's floating in freaking thin air. Like,
well, no. This is obviously Hot Toys does this all the time too. Hot Toys, they'll Photoshop, all the stuff.
I don't remember them photoshopping like suspended in air like that, where it's just floating.
Absolutely, 100%. You've seen. I know for a fact I've seen them.
Who? What's
Well,
going on?
just over the years. It's not like okay, tell you this one right now.
I don't know. I think Hot Toys is smarter because they know little nerd babies are gonna cry that they want their Harry Potter to float and fly in the sky. Like, come on, give me a break.
Well, that's the thing. So now
I don't. I think you're asking. I think it's a dumb ask. I think it's goofy.
What's goofy?
To ask for a flight stand. I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying. It's overpriced to begin with.
Correct.
So that's why, like, look, it should come with,
everything.
Yeah, it should come with everything. The troll, the nerd, the girl, the giant dwarf. It should come with it all, right? For $600. But
exactly.
It's overpriced. It's definitely overpriced for what it is. And when you overprice goofy stuff, then they expect everything. Exactly.
Leviosa
flight.
Michael says brutal. InArt just dropped a rebuttal statement regarding no flies. They stated use Harry magic.
There you go.
To make a fly. This guy, unbelievable. I talked to InArt too. They said they could get a compatible flight suggesting $299.
Who can make them fly? Justin. Justin has stands that make figures fly all over the place.
Oh my god. That's crazy. I mean, then says just like 3-0, no stands included. Oh, I didn't know that either. I have the entire Power Rangers line so far. Literally every single figure out right now. Everything's still sealed in boxes. So I don't even know what the figures look like in hand. But they're still in boxes because I have the Star Ace Power Rangers displayed. So I never opened them. So I don't even know what they look like or if they come with bases. So that's good to know.
Anti-stand. I'm probably the worst guy to ask about it because I'm so anti-stand. Like I don't want any stand. I want to figure.
That's the thing. I would love a no stand look, and a lot of collections that I've seen. They don't have a lot of figures. Obviously, that's why it looks so good. Right. But I feel like that look, that the no stand look is the cleanest look. It's such a clean look, and it looks so nice. But a lot of these figures, because they're third party, they don't stand on their own. So you need the bases for some,
Yeah.
Derek says, Mike in the house. We got Mojo's. That wasn't even in a reply. It was Chat GPT. GBP. He meant GPT. Chat GPT. So what is your final take on that? On the InArt, you're just not even, it's not even on your radar.
Just not even. InArt's never been on my radar. It's just not. It's not on my radar. They're not.
You never got that Joker, right? No.
Okay. They're producing figure. Like this is the way I look at it. Honestly, not that I'm not like in it at all. They're producing figures that I already have that are not blowing me away.
Right.
It's like you know what I mean. I've already spent $300 on my hot toy. I'm going to spend $600 for this. And it's not that much of an improvement for me to now have $900 invested in that figure. You're not improving it that much. You're not blowing my doors off. You're not giving me something that I'm saying, oh my God, I got to get that. I get it for the guys who are new, you know what I mean? And who don't have hot toys or don't have, a couple Superman figures. So like, if this is your first figure, sure. Why wouldn't you buy the newest, greatest thing? I get it.
Right.
But if you already have a couple of bucks invested and you have something, I don't need a sixth Superman on my shelf. I don't need that rooted hair Superman. It's not appealing to me. Now,
going back to what I was talking about before you showed up, which was there was a video, a reel popped up on my Instagram. And I wanted to say, I played the video ready a couple of times, but I want to play for you, and I want you to tell me, because you buy Jazz Inc., right? You've bought Jazz Inc. stuff. So I'm gonna play you the
Justice, and I got the back computer coming.
Okay. Oh, okay. So so specifically on that, that's perfect. All right. So watch this.
Bob, this one's for you. Here is the production version of the BVS Batcave. Still early, So we are going to be making some additional tweaks, still working on getting actual animated screens to work, but it's very difficult, all 6 of them, especially with the massive price increases since we announced this. Anyway.
So as you just heard, the massive price increases. So, you know.
Right, because that was the promise, that these screens are going to be all animated. They're all going to be, it's going to be little TV screens.
Correct. So that's my point.
And whether they replay the same image, I don't care. I just want it to have images that are moving.
Well, that's what the selling point was, right? So he priced it at what? How much is it?
I don't even remember. I mean, maybe close to $2,000. Maybe was it $1,800? $1,600? Yeah. You know what? I don't remember.
Let me see if I can find
it.
it.
Look.
Yeah. Because it's
this was pre-pandemic when that thing was ordered. I mean, really.
So that's what I'm saying. So the thing is now, like, my point of that, of me playing the video was, why would he even bring that up? You know what I mean? Like, why would he even talk about, oh, well, you know, the price went up when it's $1,699. Holy
$1,700. Yeah.
You are crazy. And you talk about me buying crazy stuff.
Well, think about it, man. Think about it. I order this in January of 2020 or whatever it was, February of 2020, right? I'm paying $100 a month. So this thing got paid off
2 years
21,
ago?
man. We're about to hit 2024.
Oh
the money's gone. Like, they could have charged me $4,000. I wouldn't know. The money's gone.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. It's just it's 4 years in. You know what I mean?
So that's another thing. So for those who, you know, for those who thought I was complaining as well, that's why I didn't want to wait for the replacement of the 66. I had waited, you know, it felt like forever. It kept getting delayed, and then pushed back. And then I didn't even know when my shipping, like I said, I told you guys, mine was set like September. It didn't ship to like November or something like that. I was just fed up. I was like, I just want it. That's it. I didn't want to wait another 2 months. And then, like I said, shipping that huge box back out. He said he was going to pay for everything. So it wasn't even about the money. It was just, like I said, I was already fed up. I was already done. But can you imagine, you know, to make a promise, $1,600, well, $1,700, and then, you know, shipping and all that stuff. And then not only that, but then it's like to throw in your face, oh, you know, forget your $1,600, your $1,700 plus. We're still working on the product because it got more expensive. You don't need to tell me that.
You know what? I'm not mad at that. You know why? Because he's probably on it. It's probably dead honest. You know what I mean?
Meaning what? Meaning what?
Meaning it's costing him more money. Okay, hold on.
So you
think Juiced, right, is put out that video and then he's saying that comment to butter his top line? No way. No way.
Well, what I said before was that
he probably overpromised. And look, I don't get mad at that because he's a new company.
Well, new company. How new?
Well, again, we remember where we were. Again, this is 4 years ago. He just did the one thing, and that even wasn't delivered in 2020. It was all promises in 2020. I don't think anything was delivered.
Wait. What are you talking about? They've done. So I have their Vulture figure that was done before any of these vehicles was done. So
not pre-pandemic.
What are you talking about? That the what do you call it?
The Vulture. When was the Vulture delivered?
The Vulture, let me tell you right now. Let me get into my account. The Vulture was way before 2020. Are you crazy? Let me see.
I don't think the Batmobile came out after.
The BVS was even. I believe it was also either. Was it
Batmobile was 21?
So it was 21. Let me get into my account. I'll tell you right now. But yeah, so my point. So anyway, my whole point of pulling up that video is not about him. You know, it's not about him. You know, trying to get you guys to pay more. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it's not the first time he says that. I was around for like I said, the Vulture, the BVS Deluxe, and the 66. Right. Obviously, we've been around for those two. But I've been around for the Vulture. Obviously, you don't remember the Vulture. But my point is this. Like I said, he's said that before. He's mentioned that before. That you know, after he's promised the the price for the thing and whatever he's gonna do. Once he's show, because he's always stage per stage per stage per stage. He'll make a video per stage, and for whatever reason, during those stages, every time he'll mention, oh, everything got more expensive, and that's what I mean. Maybe you don't remember that. That's my point, but I remember him always saying in one of his update videos, always for whatever the project was, oh, we got to pay more now because of it. And whether it was 2020 or not, it had nothing to do with that. It was just always something that he brought up and mentioned in his videos. Why? I don't know. But my point was.
What do you mean why? What do you mean why you don't know?
No. It's so the point I'm trying to make is
he's brought up multiple times. You're saying not a ton of times, but he's brought up multiple times.
Few times, right?
Stuff's costing more,
right?
All right, and like again, in reality, everything costs more. Everything.
But you're making it specific as if it was after 2020, and even with I believe because I've only followed 3 of his projects, which was the Vulture, the BVS Deluxe, and the 66. So if those are the only 3 projects I followed, because those are the only 3 I own, and I remember him saying that multiple times, I'm gonna assume and say that I've heard it from all 3 projects, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you exactly. I don't know why I can't log into this freaking thing. So the point I'm trying to make, bringing up that video, is that as a company, right? So if I'm selling a car, right? I will put the price of the car on the commercial, $29,998. I don't need to leave you a comment or a message during the commercial. Hey, by the way, guys, the price of the car is $29,998. But everything's so expensive. But yeah, enjoy the car. Like, there's no need for that.
Yeah,
that's my point.
I'm giving Juiced a little slack. I don't compare Juiced with like Hot Toys or InArt or
no, you can't. And I don't either. I don't either.
He's not even in the same ballpark.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
So that's why you can't. I wouldn't compare him to a company that like and putting him on that harsh of a stance, because I get what you're saying, right? If you promise one thing, you better not change it. Don't mention it. You're
right. That's all. That's correct. That's my point.
Building stuff. You know what I mean? Like I've always looked at him like that. I don't look at him like a big company. I don't care if he got the stupid license or not. He's still. I mean, I guess he's in a slightly bigger place now, right? He's not working out of his garage anymore.
Correct. So he's doing decent to be able to afford that new building.
And I don't think he's making millions. No,
I don't think so either. But
I don't know. I'm not getting. It's not. It doesn't come off bad to me.
No. I don't mean bad. I don't mean like it's being a negative thing. I don't mean like it's trying to rip people off. Not like that. By no means. It's just, to me, as a previous customer, it's annoying. Because I don't need to because I don't need to hear if you said I'm selling you guys the what do you call it, the BVS for $2,000. Okay, you figured out that price. You figured out that you were going to make money off that price. You figured out what the materials were going to be. You figured out what everything, the engineering and all that stuff was going to be. So that's why you set your price there. I don't need you to tell me and remind me and keep throwing in my face that everything's so expensive. I know everything's so expensive. So I don't need to hear from you when I already know what I'm paying for your item. That's my point. It's like, you don't need to tell me that because you already set your price. And that's what I'm saying, that he says this all the time. For what reason? It's my point. You know what I mean?
Look, I'm sure he's stressed, right? Let me tell you, I bet you that back computer, given how long it's taken and where we are with it, I would be shocked if he's making money on it.
No way. He's making money.
Still, it's $1,700. I would be shocked if he's making. What do you think he's making on that stupid back computer? A couple $100?
How much do you think these 3D printed pieces cost? You think these are he's making these pieces at $1,000 and making $700 profit?
Again,
it's crazy.
The time that goes into it, it's the time.
Correct. But he's not giving us like something that's like out of this world. Oh my God, like this is so expensive.
Yeah, I see. I don't know. I don't think that's going to be, $200, $300 in parts. No.
That it's all it's all, you know, whatever plastic.
It's plastic, but there's metal in there. Those tubes
No,
are
no. Well,
metal.
he's gonna have electronics and he's gonna have light.
Those computer screens and
Absolutely.
everything. That's not.
No, absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. But the whole point is this: you already knew what you were getting yourself into. You already set the price. No. How am I a company?
If he knew, we wouldn't be here 4 years later.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Explain. If he didn't know what?
If he knew what he was getting into and knew exactly how this was going to come out and knew exactly how this was going to shape up, the thing would be out already. There was a projected timeline for this to be released in, I think, mid-21.
Yes. No.
So obviously, the project didn't go as planned.
Well, yeah. So that's not what I meant. I see where you're saying. What I meant is, if he knew what he was getting himself into, in the sense of, you know, because again, this is not the only project that's been delayed. That's another thing. You know, the BVS was delayed. Like I said, my 66 was delayed. It took forever. And I wasn't the only one. They were just, you know, slowed down. I believe something happened with the Vulture as well. So that's what I'm saying. It's not it's not like how you took it. It's, if you knew that you were going to make this complicated, you know, back computer, right, that you had no idea what you were getting yourself into,
right?
Why would you price it at that price, is my point. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not a cheap price, and that's my point. Why do you think that something like this, and again, there's going to be work going into it, there's going to be engineering going into it, there's going to be electronics going into it, there's going to be lighting going into it. I get all that. But at the end of the day, all of that has to make them profit to be able to even give you that product. And you can't tell me that they're not making money on some things. Impossible, because it's all cheap stuff at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that you take that shell, forget all the electronics, forget all the lighting, forget all the screens, all that cheap stuff. Grab the shell alone. That shell does not cost you $500. That shell does not cost you $200. That shell does not cost you $100. That's my point. So you're going to tell me that there's $1,600 to be made on wires?
You know what? I don't know yet. Until I see it in hand. Like, that's
correct.
I don't know.
Right. Correct. You have to see the final product to justify, you know. But even so, how much can wiring cost you? Give me the most outrageous number of that size item in plastic. Give me the amount of wiring that you could. Give me the worst number you could think of.
I mean, it's not just the wiring, man. You have the screens.
I'm just giving you.
So
give me per parts.
Let me tell you something. Could I produce that for $1,500? No way.
I don't think anybody.
You give me $1,500. There's no way I'm whipping up a back computer.
Correct.
In my house.
But correct. Obviously, they have the equipment, they have the molds, they have to, you know, and that's money that they got to spend. You know, that's money that they got to spend to make, right? But again, there's always a profit there. He could complain, and this is part of the point. He just loves to throw out there that everything's so expensive, I think, to make it seem like he's not making all of this money off of these things. It's that simple. Because if he didn't know what he was doing,
you think that guy comes off that way? I don't think he comes off
that way. That's my point. What do I say about him all the time? He's the nicest guy.
That's what I'm saying. If he's the nicest guy, why would he?
But again, it's a business. It's a business. He's not your friend. He's not my friend. It's a business. Yeah, so he's got to be friendly. He's got to be, you know, helpful. He's got to be, you know, involved in the community. He's got to respond to everybody, because according to him, all the projects are powered by collectors. So and I mentioned it before you came on, he's doing everything right except the product. When it comes to
when you had your problem, he offered to refund the whole thing, send it back. I'll give you all your money back, right?
He offered to full replace.
He did,
and
let me tell you, even I had busted parts, right? Even I had you know, something wrong, or a chair. They sent everything. They sent replacement.
No, I never said that he was.
The only thing I didn't get is a plaque. I never got my plaque. I never got
with your name on it,
engraved plaque, and I was supposed to get it, and then I inquired about it, but then he said he was going to send it, and then I lost interest in it. I wasn't going to chase it down. It wasn't worth my time.
But that's the thing. It's you know, and again, he's not a bad person. I've never said he's a bad person. It's just a business. And like I said, you know, there was a video that
You know, I don't see. I get it's a business, but it's a family doing this shit out of their garage, man. Is it really a business? Are they really?
Absolutely.
Is the drive profit, or is the drive I get a kick out of this and I get to work with my family? I don't know, man. I think it's of course a mix of both, but I don't think that he got into it with profit as the primary, you know, drive in doing all this. It wasn't.
What are you so you're telling me that he got into this for charity? You're out of your head.
Not
Out
charity,
of your
you
head.
bozo. Not charity. He's a collector.
Right.
He's a collector. He's into this stuff.
But he got into the business, which is what he's doing now, for profit, not for chat. You think he started the business to make the stuff for himself?
I think he got into it. I think he initially got into it because he was a collector and wanted to build cool stuff, and said, you know what? There's a missing niche in the hobby to give people this kind of stuff, and I can fill it. And sure, I can probably make a little bit of money doing it. But again, I think it came first from the idea, the spark, the flame of, I'm in the hobby. I think I can do this. I don't think it was coming from, okay, I got this awesome way to make money. This is how we do it. We make crappy Batmobiles. No, I don't think that.
No. I don't think his mentality was let's make money on crappy Batmobiles. No. But did he start as a collector? Probably, absolutely, 100%. You know, I'm not denying that. I never said that he didn't. But my point is that you don't start anything, you know, business related for charity or to not make any money. And no, I never said that he was making millions off of this stuff. Never. But he's not making any money on it, and he's not making, you know, a little bit of money on it either.
If Howard Chan said what he said, I get what your point is. I get it. I just don't see it from the small little tiny company in juice.
And also, I just got into my account finally, and it did not even show me that my my what do you call it's in here, my BVS or my
yeah, they updated their website, so that's probably
so they deleted all my stuff. Yeah, so it's not even there. But that was, I could guarantee you, that was before 2019. That Vulture. So they've been around, you know, not just
Howard started as a collector too. I mean the comments.
Right, yeah,
I get it. Howard owns a multi-million-dollar company now. Not 5 million, not 10 million.
But like, that's the thing. That's
$50 million.
That's my point. So Howard, you know, he started as a collector as well, and he's not saying, you know, we're not sitting here saying, oh, he's not making any money.
But you're comparing apples and oranges. You're comparing Hot Toys and juice.
But I'm not comparing. Is my point. That I'm comparing what you just said. You just compared. You know, you just said Howard has a $50 million company. Right. You're not comparing that.
Right. You have $50 million. You're not mentioning, hey, this is getting more expensive. This is why I have to charge you guys $20 increases on every release we do, because things are getting more expensive.
Correct. He doesn't say it. He just does it. That's the point.
But that would come off extremely slimy from the $50 million company, coming from the family company operating out of his garage, who's not a multi-billion-dollar company.
Not necessarily, because
you don't give anyone a break.
No. It's not that. It's just, again, the thing is, the only point I'm trying to make about Yost is that, and only that there is no need for him to bring up that everything got expensive. We all know that everything got expensive. We see it in the grocery store, gasoline, everything, food, everything is more expensive. And again, this is not the first time. That's my point. And so Hot Toys, you know, again, they will never do that. Number one, they're not in the community they're not as involved in the community as Yost is. That's number one. So they would never do that. Number two, there's nothing that comes out of that in a positive way to let people know, hey, everything got more expensive. Nobody wants to hear that. We already agreed at your price, right? So whatever that is, that's what it is. I could sit here and say that price is very expensive, but I love that product. So therefore, I'm going to spend that money because I know that when I get it, I'm going to be happy with it. That's the only reason why people buy these things.
I disagree. Because I see, again, I put myself in his shoes. He's stressed. He's probably stressed over the cost of it. He underquoted it. You know, that's how I look at it. I just put myself in his shoes, and I probably mentioned the money thing too a couple of times. If if I'm coming, close on cost because I quoted you a price in 2020, it's 2024, and everything is now up 25, 30%. So that was his profit margin, probably, right? So he's probably selling this stuff at cost.
I don't. I'm telling you.
I mean, really, what could the profit margin be, Fabs? Pete, that's cooking it in for a company like that, 30%, 40%.
I'm telling you, I don't know about. That's tricky, but I'm telling you, there's money being made. I'm telling you, there's money being made. I don't
Not as much, I think, as you think.
I don't.
Not
I
for
don't.
him.
Maybe not as much. But I'm telling you, there's money being made. There is no way that guy is in it for charity, making $100 a vehicle, $200 charging $1,200 to $1,500. Never, ever. And that's why he needs the volume. But if you notice, what is the volume? They're not that many anyway. So he can't sit there and say, I'm only going to make 150 and barely make $100 on each thing.
What's your guess on how many Batmobiles he made?
How many? What's that again?
What's your guess on how many Justice Mobiles?
I wish I knew. That would be a nice number to know, but I don't even know.
I bet you. My thinking is it's got to be under 1,000.
Oh, 100%.
It's probably under 500.
No, 100%. He doesn't make. I don't think he makes over 1,000 pieces. Not that I know of, at least. I don't think so. I don't think he's that big. He wouldn't be able to handle it.
Yeah, I'm just like thinking in his shop. What did he have in his shop? 20 at a time? 30 at a time? 50 at a time?
Yeah, exactly. He wouldn't be able to do 1,000. But that's what I'm saying. They're still very limited. Even when he gets his full, the full amount that he wants, it's never that many. So that's what I'm saying. You're not going to sit there. And this is, again, a great point that you made earlier. We can't compare Hot Toys to Jazz Inc. even a little. They focus on a completely different world than Hot Toys does. But again, the fact that they're so limited, there has to be, or else what is he working for? He's making, let's say, 500 pieces, barely making any money. Let's just say $1,500 for 500 pieces. He's making, you say he's not making much money. What is he making? 100. Let's just say $100 for 1,500 pieces, for 500 pieces at $1,500. That's nothing. $5,000. $50,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you got to figure the profit margin's got to be.
That's what I'm saying.
30-40%.
So believe me when I tell you.
Initially, you know what I mean. So if he's charging $1,700, what is it? $1,699, $1,700. I would imagine 1,000 is probably soup to nuts cost, labor, shipping, all everything, and then you're making $700. A back computer. And then again, that was in 2019 when you quoted the project, right? So now everything is that much more expensive to get 30, let's say 25% more expensive as the thing went on. He acquired the license, that cost more.
Right.
So yeah, my take from it, from where I'm sitting, I'm putting myself in his shoes and saying, yeah, his profit got cut into. He's probably stressed about it. That sucks. It doesn't sound like he's going to ask us for more money.
No, that's not.
That would be the horrible thing.
Well, yeah, no, that's exactly. He's not doing that. That's what I'm saying, and
So let him complain about the money all he wants, as long as he doesn't.
That's exactly. Thank you. You finally got it. He's not asking anybody for more money. He never does. That's my point. The point of me bringing that up is he doesn't need to say it because there's nothing that's going to come of it anyway. So why bring that up? Like, I understand now the way you're looking at it, and you're looking at it as this being the only project that, because that it was announced as of 2019, it's expected that everything went up 100%. That's why you're stuck on that. So yes, you're 100% right. Everything went up as of 2019, obviously, which is when according to you, the project was announced. Because I'm not following the project because I didn't get it right. So you'd know more. But my point is, there is no reason for him to ever bring that up, because, I get why you're justifying it now, because you're saying, it started 2019, everything's so expensive, so now
no one can foresee inflation what happened. You know what I mean? It's just craziness what happened. So
right. So
there's no businessman in the world that would have projected how things evolve.
Absolutely. Correct. So that I get why you're seeing it that way. 100%. You're 100% right about that. But my point is, because it's not the first time that he's done that, I'm like, yo, you don't need to do that. I'm like, nobody cares if things went up.
Well, again, he could just be straight shit mouth honest, and he's just blurting it out as he's talking, because that's what's the top of my mind. You know what I mean? Hey, that's how I think I'd be. I think I'd say it too if my profit was zip or again cut severely on this project. And then again, he's struggling to deliver. It sounds like, from what that video sounds like, the animation in those things,
it's a pain.
They're struggling with.
It's a pain. Yep.
The project is already, I don't want to say underfunded, but again, it's costing more than he thought it was, and now to deliver what he's promised, who knows if he could go into the red. Who knows? You know what? Hopefully he'll tell us. I'd appreciate if he told us, because honestly, I'm the type of guy, if he actually came out and showed me all the numbers and I liked the product, listen, I'd give him an extra couple $100, and because I like what I got, and
right.
I don't want you paying for my my toy.
And don't forget also, because you mentioned shipping before as part of the the pricing. We pay for shipping. He doesn't ever cover shipping. We never get free shipping. We always pay for shipping.
Yeah, I guess I'm saying, like, for him to get the stuff in. You know what I mean? For him.
Oh, like from his person, yeah. Yo,
well, how to get all the supplies and the boxes in, like, you know what I mean? There's so much to that. I would never want to do that.
The Collector, look at you, 2 in a row. It was already expensive, and now he wants to give you a massive price. Like, talk about it. Yeah. So again, I don't think he's doing that. I don't think he's asking for more money at all. It's just, my point is, he doesn't need to tell us that. If things are going up, they're going up. It is what it is. That's life. You know what I mean? You gave us a price. You don't need to say that. You know what I mean? Again, that's my only issue with the thing. I'm not saying that he's asking for more money, but I'm going to tell you why I wouldn't do that if I were him. The reason why I would never do that and always throw in that, oh, everything's getting more expensive. Oh, it's costing us more. It's costing us more. Because what's going to happen is, me as a customer hearing that constantly, or me as the owner of the company, me saying that constantly, it's going to come off as I have to keep throwing that out there so I can justify when I raise the prices. I can say, well, as I tell you guys all the time, everything's going up. Everything's going up. So that's his way. Again, that's how I would take it, and that's why I wouldn't do it. So he's planting the seed every time. Oh, everything's so expensive. Everything's so expensive. So when it comes time to order something else, and you see that it's $1,999 plus shipping, you're not like, oh, what the hell? You go back and say, well, he did say everything's more expensive. And then you go, oh, yeah, well, inflation and this and that. That's my point. So that's why I would never do it. He could do whatever he wants. It's his company. I'm just pointing out that I don't like it. Like you said, it's off-putting. It's a turn-off to me, because we don't need to. We're already paying you enough. So whatever you have to deal with that, that's on you. But you don't need to constantly tell us, oh, it's more expensive. Oh, it's going to cost more. Oh, the project is. Give us updates, on the projects, strictly the project. We don't care about the money, because we know we got to pay you the whatever $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever it is, Slugging16, how are you, my friend? 1,700 is too much for this. Well, that's the thing, and that's why I say that he's got a definite place in the community, because of the fact that he does things that, for example, Hot Toys would never do, or Hot Toys hasn't done. Vehicles specifically, Hot Toys does what? More. Even though they do vehicles, they do more figures. Jazz Inc. does more what? Vehicles. They do figures too. They've done one already. Apparently, they're getting into more figures, into more 1/6 scale figures. We have to see how that works out. But that's why they'll always have a spot in the community, because they focus on things that, for example, Hot Toys would never do. The BVS Batmobile, I thought Hot Toys, that would be a no-brainer for Hot Toys. For whatever reason, they never made it. So they took the what do you call it, the chance, and they they got the money that Hot Toys would have gotten. If Hot Toys would have made that vehicle, guarantee you, Jazz Inc. doesn't make as much money and as many pieces, because everybody would go for
screens working. Let me tell you again, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? $1,700 is too much for slugging. Got it. You didn't buy it. $1,700 for me for the back computers, not too much. If it works, if it does what I want it to do, if I can pair it with my Justice Mobile, I'm gonna have a whole little garage set up, and I think that's gonna look freaking sweet. So I'm cool with that. It's just he's got to deliver. That's all. You know that
Sure.
where it'll be disappointing is if he doesn't deliver.
We got $2,000. Mike got more expensive than some of his car. And some of his car. Yeah, I forgot what my Vulture. I can't believe that they deleted all my stuff. I have a 66 Batman mini TV that plays numerous scenes. And oh yes, you know who has that? Doesn't Bobby? Don't you have that? I thought you had that. I could have sworn I saw that when you got that Joker, and it comes with a remote. That's awesome.
It's as big as the screens as the.
Yeah, it's like a little tiny old school looking TV. Oh, it's awesome. I think Bobby has
but
it
it's
too.
not. I don't think it's as big as that screen. Like,
oh, I don't know.
Screens are, I think, 3x3, right? 3x4. They're little panels.
They're big though. They look big.
If I'm thinking what that Batman TV wasn't it that little bubble TV that was
yes,
like
that's exactly what it is. Yes,
it was real tiny.
Yes, that's it. Yep. Uncle Carter says he's trying to make up for the people who backed out of the Jags. Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Or the people who backed out of the back computer. It's 4 years. There's probably a ton of people that backed out.
No, it's true. So that and that affects, and that's why I feel for him as a business owner, which is what I told you guys before. It sucks as a business owner that you get all excited for all these sales and then people back out because you're already counting on all this money. You're like, oh, if we get 100 people for $1,500, that's a good price. And then people you end up getting 50. You're like, oh, what the hell, So I get that on his side, and as a business owner, that sucks when you don't get those numbers. But it's just, I guess, the way he's about it. He's using the toys buying agent method. They get your money and they ask for more. Yo, it's crazy. So if this is true, that makes sense why Day One Collectibles did that to me, because that's exactly what they did. They took my money and then they wanted more for shipping. They wanted double. Crazy. I should have invested that rent money into fixing the pinstripe. I know, imagine. Oh my god. I mean, this is Hot Toys 1989 Batcave will be half the price and no animated screens. Yep. And people, people will take that all day long over, the $1,700 Jazz Inc. one. You know what I mean? It's just up to the person. You're not going to get the features that the Jazz Inc. is going to have. You're not going to get, all those cool. And that's why Jazz Inc. has a place in the community, because they do things that Hot Toys will never do. But you got to pay for it. And the reason why they're so expensive as well is because they're limited. They're not mass produced. They're not. But it doesn't mean that there should be no good quality check, which is my issue. The machine spends the time making the machine. McFarlane Toys will give you an entire Batcave with real life bats. $24.99. He said with real bats. Oh my god, this guy, unbelievable. I can watch a back computer on a 60. Oh my god, this guy, unbelievable. McFarlane 66 Batman line, it says agree for the price point, look great. The Collector, long time. Look at you.
Yeah, I think I saw they had an office, like a building wherever they are.
Yeah.
They're in Finland or some crazy company, a country like that.
They're in the Netherlands or Holland or something.
Yeah, some crazy place.
But yeah, no, their new building looks nice. It looks like the upstate Avengers facility. All that glass. It looks like a what do you call it? Like a module case building. Howard started as a collector too. Yeah, no, they usually do. That's what happened. A lot of them. A lot of these businesses. RCN Studios. Shout out to RCN. They sent me a ton of stuff. I got it today. The owner Choa, he started as a collector too. And what happens is, him specifically, he's a customizer. So that's how it starts. You start doing little things for your own collection, your own thing. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I could turn into a business. Let me do these things. Let me do that. And that's how it becomes something. So, it's understandable. Howard did it. Yost did it. Choa did it. But it's like, there's got to be some type of, I guess, bedside manner to a certain extent, and like I said, Yost is the most involved with the community more than anybody, so you can't even hate on that. He's a collector with a business, but a business none. Yeah, exactly. It's and again, it's nothing wrong. It's a business. You got to recognize that it's a business. It's that simple. There's nothing wrong with having a business. There's nothing wrong with making money. But just know that it's what it is. The fact that
I guess I think the distinction I'm making is that there's a business, and then there's a giant $1 million corporation, basically, and that's the only really thing you compare it to, right? Because you're comparing, what do you compare it to? Hot Toys, InArt, and Juice? Like, they're not in the same universe.
Well, I have never.
That's why I don't like. I would not, if I heard that out of Hot Toys or InArt or these giant companies, that would put me off the way you're coming off with Juiced. When I hear it from Juiced, and again the size of business that he is, it's not. Yeah, it's not off.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So to you, because he's small, it doesn't look like it's greed. But if it was like Hot Toys, it would be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know if a small basement business is securing major toy licenses, WB, DC, etc. Well, I mean, my only issue, obviously, he got something, right? He did get the DC for that 66. So, as far as that goes, I don't know what else they got or are getting. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not getting anything else from them anyway. But my only issue with that was, you were pretty much very excited and very happy that it was the first real collectors only group in the community that was powered by collectors, that was that became licensed. That was a big deal. I remember that because
if Juice was out of Brooklyn, he wouldn't have gotten that license. He's in the freaking Netherlands, guys. Okay, to get the DC license for where he is. Okay, and then he ships from where he is. It's not that crazy. Okay, now if he was in his basement in Brooklyn, New York, and you wanted the DC license for the distribution in the United States, he ain't getting that license. There's no way he's getting it.
He said Brooklyn, New York. He said Brooklyn, New York. No, but you know what, though? I tell you this. Another thing, guys, that I pointed out was, remember when InArt said that, and Justin said it too as well, that the DC Comics WB was telling me what the price of Superman at? Have you guys ever heard Yo saying that after they got licensed, they were price controlled and they were told what to make and how much to charge for it? I never did. Ever. Not once. Because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. When you are acquiring a license, there are things that you got to follow. There are rules you got to follow. 100%. Absolutely.
100%. Because if you violate one, you lose.
Correct. You're done. Yeah, you're done. You're done. So
like everything goes in for approval. Like they have to send stuff, and they have to say, okay, if they don't like the color of your back computer, they're sending it back, and at your cost, you're changing it. It's
absolutely, absolutely. It's very ruthless because they have a name to uphold as the licensor, right? They have to
be licensed, to be honest. It's way easier to be unlicensed, right?
Right, exactly. And that's why these third-party companies will rather stay like that forever, because it's a headache. It sounds like it would be a headache, but the point is this: these licensing companies, right? Marvel, DC, WB, whatever it is, they have the rules, they have their guidelines, they have the regulations for you to follow, for you to to get this license. I can guarantee you the one thing they're not going to tell you is you need to price it at this much, because that's none of their business. Your money, the money that you're making for your company off of their license, has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
What they care about is you paying them for their license and following those rules and regulations that they have for you. That's it. If you get that license approved and you're charging $10,000 for whatever it is that you're making license, that's not their problem, because they're getting paid for the license anyway. Right. So that's why I don't understand how people say, oh, well, how people, not people say, how people swallowed that lie that Superman had to be $400 because WB said so. The hell out of here. Makes no sense.
That's the other thing. InArt probably doesn't have, they know they don't have a U.S. distribution license, right? They get away with selling,
Asia. That makes no sense. It makes no sense. This partially licensed company has nowhere to distribute, but you got third-party companies getting distributed by like 10 different websites. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. That's why it's like something's fishy. Something fishy is going on with that company. And again, that's why it blows my mind that you guys think, oh, this is premium. This is the best. This is it. It's not by any means. Not even a little bit. Not even a little. They haven't even gotten off the ground yet, and you guys are calling them premium. The hell out of here. Makes no sense.
I don't know who are the people that are talking about them so much that they.
Oh my God, you don't want.
We talk about InArt on every show.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know. You don't want. It's everywhere that they're the best. Every group that they're the best. Oh my God, you got to look up. You got to go in these.
Because I'm not paying attention.
That's why. My dealer keeps telling me the same thing. It's more expensive to make these things. Oh, absolutely. Everything is more expensive, 100%. But the thing is, we don't need to know about it. If we're paying for it, for example, we're going to get into it. The Venom, $455. Did we ask Hot Toys if it's expensive? If everything's getting more expensive? No, they just put the price. If we want it, we want it. If we don't, we don't.
Did you talk about the Venom?
No, not yet. I was waiting for you because I did when it came out 2 days ago. But I wanted to see how you feel about it because I know you saw it though, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Good. Fabs said from now on he'll just say, "Man, I wish some food." This guy, Premier River Union, fair enough profit you should be, but yeah, no,
but you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, no, but the thing is this. The thing is, there's for you to get into business, there's always has to be profit made, right? The problem is, like Mike said earlier, there can be situations like 2020, this project started
once in a lifetime pandemic that made us go into hyperinflation. Like it's something we've never seen before.
Right. So that specifically, will ruin a business. And as you saw, it destroyed businesses. Like businesses actually shut down due to this thing. So, it's all understandable with that specific
even
situation.
with the government bailout, destroyed businesses.
Right. Exactly. So, it's being a business owner is not simple. I don't care what you say. It's not easy. It's very stressful.
I'm gonna say Uncarded Reviews is probably not a business owner.
He's probably making 100. he's fucking crazy. He's like making 100% profit. When the excuses begin, the quality ends. Watch him cut corners and then cry about how much happened before. I forget which project it was, and he did mention, because of the price, we had to do this. We had to change it. I don't remember exactly what it was, so I'm not gonna say that I do.
The Batmobile.
I know it was something that he said.
It was the Justice League Batmobile.
Well, you might be right because I remember something happened. I don't remember what it was, but he was like, because of blah blah blah, I had to do blah blah blah.
Yeah, he raised it. They raised it. There was a price you got in at, and then he raised. He definitely raised the price of that thing.
Oh well, no. What you're talking about is he was just getting licensed during that time. So he had, I think, a pre-licensing price and then a post-licensing price or something. Yeah, I think that's what that was. But I'm talking about cutting corners, like actual, with the project. He said there was something that had to happen in the beginning or that was going to happen in the beginning. And then, we had to do this because it wasn't working and blah, blah, blah. So that did happen. I just don't remember which product it was. I think it was the BVS. He's preparing the customers for impending disappointment. The next update will be, sorry, guys, I can't afford to make the screen. Oh, can you imagine? I think people will be very upset. I don't think he's going to do that.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to do that. Well, let me say this. I'll take my money back then. That's, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people would.
Exactly. I think it'll cause problems. It'll cause problems, and he don't want that.
Yeah, he can't do that.
But the only thing is, I can tell you this 100%. You could ask for your money back all you want, but what is he going to tell you? We already invested in the project. We already spent. We put money in this. The most I could give you is $300. I'm telling you, it's going to get crazy. So I don't think he's going to do that. To avoid all of that, he's going to do what he's promised. And that's it.
He'll ruin
Absolutely.
himself.
Absolutely. Yep. Tuli, my friend, how are you? Welcome. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. You made it. At Modoc Mike. We got Tuli. Guys, please hit that like button. I appreciate it. Please.
Oh yeah, I forgot to do that.
Nestle says Brooklyn. Forget about it. Yeah, no, it's true. It's very true. His location is very important for the business. So now, Michael. So you saw the 21-inch. Well, it's 20.8 inches tall, but just to be fancy, 21 inches because it's premium. What do you think of this guy? What do you think of the fact that it looks like this? So before you start, I just want to say one thing.
I mean, how ridiculous does that look? I mean, I think if you're not, I think the majority of us who just have a normal brain inside are laughing at this and going, how ridiculous is this?
Well, here's the thing. So first and foremost, I want to apologize to Howard because when this came out and I did the video, my reaction video to this, to the announcement, the actual announcement, because I did two. I did one for the preview, for the tease, and then one for the actual announcement. And the first thing I said was, oh, you know, Hot Toys messed it up. Now that the video game's out, okay, you can actually see what the scale of this thing is. And Hot Toys did not mess this up at all. This is what the scale is. So if anybody's going to talk about movie accuracy and blah, 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 this is what it's supposed to be, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So the problem is this height is useless. But go ahead, Mike. What do you think of?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt the reason. Like I would expect that the reason he's this big is because he's that big in the video game. Like I would automatically assume that, knowing how good they are about, you know, matching things. But it's just ridiculous. It's just, it looks stupid. It's way too big. Way too big.
So besides the height, what do you like, and also, you know, dislike as well?
I mean, it looks like the other Venom, just giant size.
You know what this looks like to me? This looks like the Spider-Man 3 Venom, the Topher Grace Venom. This face right here, that's what it reminds me of a little bit. I don't know why.
It's too big. It's too big. It's an easy pass for me now, right? Too big.
Oh, you're not getting it?
No way.
So now, look at this. So Joker,
it won't fit. It's
right, exactly.
It's like it's just a tad smaller than the Hulkbuster, right? It's like 2 inches smaller than the Hulkbuster.
Yes, exactly.
Which means, yeah, I'm not gonna put a Venom in the shelf where I have my Hulks and the Hulkbuster, because that's the only shelf he'd fit in.
Joker J had mentioned that they were gonna make, and he was the closest one who got closest to the height that they were going to be. I would have never expected them to go this way, and I would have never expected them to go.
I don't even love that Carnage is bigger than Venom, to be honest. But
exactly. But the figure worked. The figure worked, so it's perfectly fine, right? But yes, you're 100%. You know, that Carnage should have never been that tall. But as you can see, they're all, you know, this is what they're going to look like, right? Joker J said this was going to be this height. Even with this height, I was like, there's no way. It makes no sense. It's too big, blah, blah, blah. Even this, I was like, no. I was like, this body won't work. Well, as you can see, they use this body just super tall. What do you think would have been the perfect height?
I mean, think about it. Think about how big that Venom is, right? Because I know I have the tiny little Venom, right? And that thing is humongous.
Yep.
Humongous. That's the best word for that stupid Venom. It's the humongous Venom. That's bigger than the Juggernaut we have. That's bigger than Corvus. Not Corvus Glaive. Is that who he is? The big guy from the Dark Order?
You're talking about
the Black Order?
Cole Obsidian.
Cole Obsidian. He's bigger than him.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, it's crazy. So which of these do you think would have worked best if you had to choose, you know, an actual Venom, video game Venom that's not this high? Which of these two would you have picked?
Well, I guess I'm not, the way I'm looking at it, not video game Venom, right? What Venom, I guess, scales with my Hot Toys best?
Well, out of these two, instead of this, what height would you have preferred for the Venom out of these two?
Oh, I would have preferred Venom actually being what Carnage is, actually.
Right? Now, so when Joker J said that, I was like, absolutely not. That's way too big. That's way too tall, blah, blah, blah. Now, getting this, I feel like we would be okay with this.
I want Carnage like skinnier and smaller than Venom's beefy, right? Venom's bigger and beefy,
more muscular, yeah,
because he takes on that Eddie Brock persona, who's a bigger, beefy dude. So,
it's 3 inches taller than your standard quarter scale. Oh my God, can you imagine? That was another thing. It doesn't even fit.
3 inches taller than a quarter scale.
Yeah.
No way.
It's crazy. Crazy. I would never cry about my cost to my customers. The cost of doing business is my problem. Watch out whenever someone starts mentioning how much it costs in this. So yeah, that's why I wouldn't do it. It's not. That's not. You don't do that. That's what I'm saying. If you were a car dealership, or you went to Costco or you or Best Buy or whatever, and you see the TV, $1,299, and then at the bottom, everything's expensive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no need to say that. Like, everybody gets it. It's just so random.
I don't love that Venom symbol. I mean, I'm sure it's, again, dead video game accurate, but I'm not digging that Venom symbol.
Well, it's not the original.
The
It's not. Yeah, it's not the original Venom symbol. That's why this is a Mac Gargan Venom, which Mac Gargan is the guy who played. Well, he was in the comic books. He's a Scorpion character. He's the villain that is the Scorpion, and he was in the movies. He was in the Spider-Man movies. I think he was in Homecoming, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was in there, Matt Gargan. So that's who he is. He's supposed to be the what the hell, the Scorpion. And in the comics, I guess for whatever reason, he turns into Venom. The symbiote finds him, and he becomes this huge Venom. But he's not supposed to be your standard Eddie Brock. So that's why that's why the symbol looks different. The game exaggerated the effort. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, way too big. Way too big, way too out of control. But and
I get, playing in the video game, I get it. It's probably cool to fight a giant monster. So like, I'm sure in the video game, it's cool.
Right. Exactly. No, and I think that's the whole point. And look, literally, just a tiny bit shorter than a Hulkbuster. Can you imagine?
No, I'm looking at my Hulkbuster now. It's obscene. It's. I mean, there's too much Venom.
It's crazy, right? No, it's crazy. I don't. The thing is, we already have this Venom in our collection, right?
How much was he?
Which one? This one? $455 on Sideshow.
Well, that's not a bad price for that.
No, it's not bad. I thought it was going to be over $500, and apparently in Secret Base, it's something like $380 something, I believe Bobby said. So it's not terrible. But again, how much articulation are you going to get out of this? How much, you know what I mean? Like, this is not going to be something that you're going to be Spider-Man posing. And
why not? It's probably just like you say, it's a 3D printed. You're just printing it up. You're upscaling the print from the regular Venom up to this size. So why wouldn't it be just as posable as the other one?
Well, because this Venom was not articulated at all. It was very
okay.
That's what I mean. Exactly. That's what I mean. It's gonna be exactly that. You're not gonna be able to get Spider-Man poses out of that Venom.
He was good, man. He had ratcheted joints.
No, correct. But try to do like a crazy Spider-Man pose. You can't, because he's not that body. That's what I mean. And I got to get those glow in the dark things too. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, they got to get them off Amazon, right?
Yep. Uncarded says, "Oh, here it is." No, no joke. Venom might be big enough to fight. Exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be humongous. Actually, that's a great point. It's probably gonna look really good next to the quarter scale Spider-Man. That's very true. The game exact. Yeah, no, it's true. So now, Mike. So I don't know if you saw, but this company just made this figure. So Sosa Toys, guys, is making their Deathstroke figure. Finally, this is their tease. As you can see, it's the same thing Art Figures did with their Skull. What the hell's his name? What was the villain from the Civil War movie in the beginning? The guy, Skull something. Oh my God, guys! Somebody help me in the chat. Crossbones. Yes. So, Art Figures, the company Art Figures, made a Crossbones figure where you could put his face is all burnt up and messed up, and then you could put his helmet on top of the head sculpt. So as you can see, Sosa Toys is doing the same thing. So you don't have to get a separate head sculpt. And, so they don't have to spend money on getting you a second head sculpt, which is very smart. And as you can see, it looks great. It looks like it fits perfectly. I'd rather this than two separate head sculpts. how do you feel about the figure?
Well, I haven't seen it, so I'm looking at it for the first time right now, and I like it.
So
I'm gonna pre-order it.
So there's a few differences with this figure. I don't know if you guys remember that Flashpoint came out with 2 different versions of this figure. So as you can see, like I said, this is going to be the Social Toys, which I could tell you right now, the difference between Flashpoint and Social Toys is going to be the scale. Social Toys figures are always a little bit beefier, a little bit bigger, a little bit bulkier. So what I plan on doing is getting this one by Social Toys and getting this one by Flashpoint. And I want to show you guys real quickly which one I'm talking about.
I mean, it was smart of them to do that color scheme that way, so that it makes it so that we're buying something different from the blue and orange.
Right. So you'll see what I mean. So this is the one by Flashpoint. As you can see, it's completely different. It's not going to be as bulky. It's a completely different scale. It's going to be a lot thinner than the Social Toys, which is why I'm not getting this one at all. See, here's a couple pictures. So
who's this? Oh, the Flashpoint.
This is Flashpoint, right? This is the same one I just showed you, but done by Flashpoint. As you can see, the detail's not the same. Here, let me show you so you could kind of compare real quickly. See? So look at that. The colors look better here, more vibrant. The orange. Here's more weathering, more metal. As you can see, this is all metal here. They're using more metal parts, which they tend to do. They did that Flashpoint Flash, which had, I think, die cast on it, which was super heavy. So, they do really cool stuff. See, here it's all plastic. There's no metal in here whatsoever. But it's just going to be, I know for a fact it's going to be a beefier figure. And now, so like I said, I'm getting the Social Toys regular, right? Which is this one. I'm getting this one. And from Flashpoint, I'm getting this one, which is the Nightmare version. You remember that one?
I do.
So this one I'm getting from Flashpoint for this specific look because
did Kit have this?
Yes.
All right, then I ordered it, I'm sure.
Yeah. So look at the difference. Now look at that and look at this. See? Look at that.
I just like that cleaner look. That look.
So that's why the Social Toys I'm getting the clean look, and then from Flashpoint I'm getting this look, which is the Nightmare look.
If you're probably not familiar with Mezco, came out with 2 Deathstrokes, and that's the same, like different. The 2 variations. You had this normal blue and orange look, and then you had this more stealthy all black,
right,
little bit of orange look.
Because remember, this is from BVS and this is from Nightmare. That Nightmare theme. So that's why they're different.
No, I just pre-ordered them. I'm in.
Yeah, I didn't pre-order the Social Toys one yet, but this one I already have on pre-order. I wasn't gonna get the other Flashpoint one because I didn't like it. So I'm gonna get it from Social Toys, which I'm very, very happy about. Let me see. MB Dyson says Tony will have to make a 75 Venom bust. Tony, imagine chicken bones. But yeah, so what do you think? Which one do you like better? Do you like Social Toys better? Or do you like the Flashpoint better?
I like the Social Toys better.
Social Toys, right? Yeah. Such a
100%.
nice figure, such a cleaner figure.
Yep.
Such a more vibrant figure. Again, it's not going to be the same. This is going to be all plastic, and the other one's going to be, actual metal. But I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah, Social Toys is good, man. They've done a great job on their stuff. I'm a fan.
See, look at that.
That's my first pre-order in a pretty long time. So,
what this one?
Yeah, like I said, I just ordered them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they're gonna be great. They're gonna be great figures. They're gonna look really good in the collection. Like I said, I want the Social Toys one for the BVS line, and I want the Nightmare one for the Justice League. For the Justice League shelf. Chris says, yeah, no, they look really good. They look really, really good. I like them both a lot. But I know, like I said, I know the Social Toys is just gonna be, see, even the head sculpt, more detail, more just more appealing to me. Looks more badass, you know? Look at that. Looks mean as hell.
Yeah, like even with the mask on, I'm digging it.
Yeah, the mask is gorgeous. Right there, look at
Stealthy.
that.
Yeah,
How
I
sick
like
is
it. Looks good. Looks good.
Sick, sick, sick. And then
I'm in.
I think we had the last topic of the night, guys, which is for Michael to let us know how he feels about his favorite Spider-Man. So this is finally out. I don't know if you're getting this or not. I don't know if you have the original one or not. But do you notice anything, you know, that's appealing to you that makes you say, you know what, it's limited, let me get it?
I mean, I have the one with the backpack, right? That's the one with that has the light in it, the LED, the charge up mechanism in it?
No, you got the 2020 suit. That's the 2020 suit with the light up with the USB in the back, because the one with the backpack is the Bodega Cat suit.
Oh, sorry. So that's what I have, the 2020 suit?
Yeah, the 2020 is the one you plug in with the beautiful helmet that lights up. And
But don't I have another? I know I have like a Miles suit, don't I?
yeah. The one that there's Bodega Cat with the backpack that you put the cat in the back.
Yeah, I got that one too.
There's the regular one.
Isn't this one Bodega Cat without the cat?
No, Bodega Cat's got that hoodie.
So what's the difference between this and Bodega Cat?
Bodega Cat's got the hoodie. It's like a different symbol on the hoodie, and it's got the backpack with the cat, you know, in the back.
I'm saying you take the cat off, you take the hood off, same figure, right?
No, it's a completely different head sculpt too. It's a different, like a whole different look.
I'm gonna pull it up. I want to see.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, let me see them next to each other. Let me see how different they are. And this one is this is like one of their limited figures, you're saying?
Yeah, this is the promo pictures of the what do you call it?
So it's like enumerated, they're saying now?
Well, it's not numbered. No, it's not numbered, but it's limited in the sense of like they only made a certain amount apparently. Here we go. So as you can see, let me see. Here, so look at the face here. Let me zoom in so you can see the difference, because this difference is all in the head sculpt. And then here, see?
No,
you don't see the difference. All right, let me.
You and I are on screen right now.
Oh, hold on. No, because I didn't show you.
Guy.
This is unbelievable. My fault. Hold on. Here.
This guy a YouTuber or
what?
Look.
So look, note it. Pay attention to the head sculpt, because that's where the big change is. See that?
And go back again. Okay, so the red webbing is
correct
throughout.
So it's a completely different head sculpt. You know, it's a completely different figure. So you got the hoodie. You know, the outfit. I never took the hoodie off, so I don't know what's under there. But
I don't think I have him.
Yeah, well, this is the one with the backpack.
Maybe I do.
But I think actually, hold on. I'm gonna tell you why you're confused.
So the only black suit Spider-Man is 2020. This one. Was there another one?
Bodega Cat and 2020 suit. So it's 2020 suit. There is, where's the other one? Miles, the original Miles, which is this one.
That's the one I have.
Oh, here it is. Oh, here, this one.
That's what I have.
This is the regular Miles. This is the 1.0 of what we're talking about right now.
There's the same figure. There it is.
Thing. Yeah. So this one with the backpack.
That's what I have. Backpack. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, what?
Okay.
That figure was not looking right to me because it was. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
So this is the 1.0 of this. So pay attention to this. So look at the effects. What color are they? So this is the 1.0 yellow effects, and this is the 2.0 blue effects.
So the colored plastic's different?
So the effects are different colors. You don't get three.
It's the same figure. It's the same figure.
100%. But look, pay attention. I'm going to show you the differences. So you get
okay, I got it. Yellow and blue sparkles.
No, right. So you get two effects on the hand. So one here, and then you get one on the chest.
No cat.
Right?
No cat the second time.
Correct. No cat. And so here you get right? You get the blue effects. You don't get a third one for the chest. You only get 2. Now pay attention to the gloves, right? The gloves are another change that they tweaked for the to be able to justify another figure, right?
Well, hold on. That arm stripe looks different. So let's go
Well,
back to the other one. That
yeah,
arm,
that's what I'm
plastic
going to
arm
show you.
stripe.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, that looks different.
So see, nothing here.
Yeah.
So they look at the glove.
The
Look at the
plastic,
glove.
not the glove. The whole arm's got that plastic stripe down it.
Right, but look at the glove, right? Look at the glove there, and now look at the glove here. See? So the glove is different. The arm is different. Now look at the shoes and look at the knee pads, right? So let me show you the shoes. See? Black, completely black shoe and a little bit of red here.
Give me a better one. Give me a better one pick. Keep going.
Here.
Yeah, let me see those knees. I want to see the design on those knees. You can't see it.
So here's the knee, and let me show you.
That's the new one.
This is the new one, right? Look at the
So
diamond
like
shape.
Triangle.
Right.
Like a triangle like overlap of like a smooth plastic over the
So here is only on top. You got the plastic on top, and on the new one, you have it all on the knee. See that?
Yep.
Here it's only on top. So then
there's some more effort there. I'll give them then some more effort there for sure.
No, they definitely tweaked it. They had to tweak it. And then look at the shoe. Let me show you the shoe.
I mean, not enough for me to buy the stupid thing, but
well, they and also they make it appealing by being limited. So that's how they get you too. Let me show you the shoes. So this is all 3 of them together. 2020, Bodega Cat, and Miles Morales. Let me show you a good shoe. Here it is. So this is the new one, right? So look at the shoe. You got red on it. You got all this here, right? And then the old one, there is literally nothing on the shoe but black.
All black.
Yeah, and there's very little red in the back, but very, very minimal. Nothing that you're gonna be like, oh, the shoe is, say very, very minimal red. But it's all, black, all black here, and you got red here. So they tweaked it, they changed it, they had to modify it, but it's the exact same body, guaranteed. It's the exact same figure. There's no head sculpt for it. Like none of them, neither one came with a head sculpt.
Neither one did, yeah.
So which is annoying, but again,
how much is he?
He is.
Yeah, there was a time where I would have gotten him for sure, but yeah, I'm not that collector anymore. There's not a big difference between that other one and this one. Where
290.
I thought you were gonna say 219 because I would have. That's what he should be.
Oh, well, again, because it's a limited piece. It's it's a hyped up piece for the video game. They labeled it.
What's
limited.
Making it limited? Where what is
apparently only a certain amount of numbers were made. I don't know if it was something like 3,000 or 1,500 or whatever it is, but it was very limited because of the video game. That one and the 2.0 are very limited. Again, only because of only because of the video game. There was something that said how many were made. I don't know where it went, but I thought there was like a little label saying only this many made. But yeah, these are limited for that reason. Oh, here it is. It's an exclusive figure available with limited quantity of 2,000 units, only selected markets. So yeah, very limited.
Quantity of 2,000 units only in selected markets. So is it 2,000 per market or 2,000 total? What do you think?
I have no idea, but I don't know how that works with, how many pieces Sideshow gets and how many pieces, are actually overseas. I never know that. So who knows? But by them just telling us that there's only 2,000 pieces, it just creates, mass hysteria in the community. Like, oh man, I can't miss out on that piece. So that's that's what happened. That's why I told you guys all these artisan figures. This is a new game. They're never gonna stop making artisan figures because it's easy money. It's easy money.
Well, yeah, okay, you're right, I guess, because you're paying $300 for a $200 figure. So
absolutely,
yeah.
and that's exactly what they're doing. What they're doing is they're remaking figures, rooted. They're increasing the price and making them limited. It's like a combination for like everybody. Let's go.
Sorry, Hot Toys, you ain't getting me.
too many miles with only like, yeah, exactly. I mean, at least the other ones are better. The 2020 suit looks great. The Morales, the Bodega Cat one, gorgeous. But these two Miles Morales suits are very, very similar. Babo. Red strip down arm. Yeah. Yeah. The blue lighting is because something happens. Yeah, exactly.
So this is a video game figure. This is not a movie
Correct.
figure.
No, this is straight VGM, from the Spider-Man 2 video game that's out right now.
Got it.
Yeah, it's already shipping. Mine's coming. Mine shipped already, I think either yesterday or today. So mine's on its way already, just to see what the big deal is. I'm gonna do my video comparing the 1.0 with this one, just to see, see.
I'd like to see that. I like comparison videos.
Yeah, so I like to see what the differences are, like when I have them in hand. So we'll see what happens. No more FOMO. No more FOMO. No more FOMO. Yeah, seriously. The only FOMO ones now are all the artisan. Anything else, nothing. Doesn't matter. It's all about the limited game now. It's all about the artisan. It's all about those limited pieces. That's what's exciting in the hobby now. For everybody, because everybody, even if you're not looking to buy them for yourself, you're gonna want to get them to resell them because it's already happening. People are buying these things. Somebody had a rooted Wonder Woman in one of the groups, $800. People were laughing at him. People
maybe I'm falling out of the because I'm not excited for any of that, man. Maybe I'm falling out of the hobby, man. If you're telling me that's the big thing, man, I'm not.
Yeah,
none of that excites me, man. Sucks.
Well, if you were getting out, I'll take your collection. So then, let's see, what else? I think that's it. Yeah. So, so that's the only things that they did, the little adjustments. Like I said, I feel like the line, it's not done yet. I feel like we're getting a Craven figure. We have to get a Craven figure. If we got this 21-inch Venom, you better believe we're going to get a Craven figure. It's a no-brainer. It has to. And not only that, but we're going to get a VGM Craven, and we're going to get a movie MCU Craven as well. We should, at least, we should. What do you think?
I'm not into the video game, so why Craven's in the video game, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking that way. My mind is that they're making that Craven movie, which I'm excited for that figure. Like, that is going to be an awesome Craven. Like, you realize that Marvel's making a movie that's just about Craven, and it's like super gory, super violent.
It's rated R, right?
Yeah.
It's
gonna be good. It's gonna be. I mean, at least the promos look really good, like real brutal.
Yeah, a lot of savagery.
Yeah. That guy's. Yeah, he's. So yeah, I want that figure. Anything. Look at anything MCU, right? If it's connected in the movie. Right. I want that way more than I want a video game figure. I would get rid of all my video game figures.
And not only that, but having all the Spider-Man figures that we already have, and having a Craven in there with all the other Sinister Six, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Electro, Lizard, for those who have the Lizard, that Toys R Us Lizard. What was the other one? Sandman. So all those figures together, really, really cool. Bobby says, I'm happy for all of you PlayStation freaks that don't mind Sony ruining Spider-Man. This guy. Wait, why is it ruined? That's not ruined.
Come on, man. You make a 20-foot tall Venom. That's
no. I think
not helping the franchise.
No. I think he's saying for the PlayStation freaks don't mind Sony. I think he means by the video game, actually, like the actual video game. I don't think he means the figures. That's what I'm asking. What does he mean by that?
I think he's saying the video game is distorting.
Right. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man and Venom. I mean, they made a giant Venom in the video game. That's not how Venom is.
Get ready for 21 inches of Venom. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Venom's too big.
No, I'm telling you, that's my first thing was, Hot Toys ruined it, and they didn't ruin anything. Again, we've always known that Venom is big. I expected, obviously, Venom being big in the video game as well, but I was like, they went way too overboard, which is why when Joker J kept saying, oh, it'll be like Carnage, I was like, absolutely not. That was way too tall. It's way too big. It's out of scale. It won't go, And so for them to go 21 inches, it's like, oh my God, like, what were you thinking?
look at for the guys who like the video game, you know, and you're a VGM purist, like well, you got to be excited, right? It matches the video game perfectly. So
Yeah,
you're
I
into
don't
that?
a lot. That's another thing. I think people are actually starting to look for these figures now. You know, for these Spider-Man VGM figures. I think a lot of people are going to start, you know, wanting to have at least one or two in their collection. Now with this Venom, now with this 2.0 Spider-Man, now with this black suit Spider-Man, because that's what those figures are making the line appealing. You know, that black suit Spider-Man specifically. Um, but then obviously you got the upgraded suit, you know, 2.0 with the silver spider legs. This is the most basic one. You know, this Smiles is the most basic, you know, boring figure out of all of them, if you're going to be honest. But because it's a pair, because it's a duo, that's why it's like appealing. It's like, oh man, I can't have just the 2.0 Spider-Man without Miles, you know, so that's what makes people want to have the pair. But is it necessary? It's up to you. You know, it's up to you. You could have the Venom with just a Spider-Man. You could have the Venom with just Miles. You know, you could do whatever you want. But that's what makes people, you know, crazy for these figures. It's like, man, they're gonna look great together. I need them both. Let me show you one more thing that I wanted to show you regarding the figure 2, because it's something that actually looks decent. When the figure is displayed. Let me see if I can find it. It's in my group. Let's see. So who posted it? Who posted? I think I did. Let me see if I can find it real quickly. Because it shows that the hell is this? Oh, that was it shows that let me see. It shows that when you hunch him over and you use the stand to pose him, he actually doesn't look that bad, but he's still going to be a house, you know. Here it is. Got him. So look at that. So you see how by bending the legs and, you know, hunching them down a little bit, see how it looks a little bit better? Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
it's,
It's
it's,
still
as,
it's still a
it's as
house.
big as that guy's torso.
Exactly. It's still, that's my point. That's my point. It's still a house, but um it's more, you know, it's more decent this way.
Okay,
Right.
there's no question. Look, it looks cool. I think it looks cool. It's just, it's not my Venom. It's not my Venom for my collection.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't think it's going to be a lot of Venoms for a lot of people's collections because it's just too damn big.
Yeah. I think that's what happened. I think, the complainers, as soon as they saw that size, they were like, oh nope, that's a no for me. Luis was the first one to say, oh, I have one Venom in my collection. Who needs any more?
Well, it looks goofy though. It does. Spider-Man is not. Is not that. You know, it looks goofy when
Yeah,
you put them next to each other. Like if you had you got to have that Venom separate or off to the
that's
side.
exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. You're gonna have to have it like
maybe
top of a shelf.
pose him with a quarter scale. You know, because
Exactly.
he's too big.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said too. I was like, this is going to be, you know, by itself outside somewhere, you know, standing on its own, because you can't put that anywhere with anything.
But what fun is that then? You know what I mean? Like if that's what it is, it's
Venom has an ass grabber stand. Yeah, no, I'm telling
all
you,
my stuff together.
it's humongous. All right, Michael, we're done. What do you have coming in, if anything?
Nope, nothing. Just pre-ordered a Deathstroke.
Deathstroke. Let me see what Test is saying. Gamers are going to go crazy over these. Yep. Hot Toys is riding that horse. Yeah, no, that's the thing. I'm getting it, obviously. I love Venom. Venom is one of my, all-time favorite villains of all time. Of villains of all time, of being the villains of all the times. And so, I need him. I have two Venoms display. I have Venom from Venom 1. I have Venom from Venom 2. I found a Venom 1 special edition sealed if anybody's interested. And so having those two, it's like, I have to get him. I have the other Hot Toys Instinct toy collaboration pieces with those artist mix Venoms. Those Venoms are like nothing compared to that huge Venom. And so I love Venom. I can't wait for Venom, but it's just it's kind of upsetting that where you're gonna put this thing. It's gonna be an entire. You know what it look? You know what I said? It looks like. You remember that Toys R Us Kingpin figure that looked like a big baby?
Of course.
Yeah, that's good. It's gonna be that big.
Same thing. Same
Yeah.
thing's going on. Too big. Same thing. Really? What's different about that and this?
Exactly. No, same. Exactly.
It was like a video game thing, right? Or they based that Kingpin on something stupid.
Yeah. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh no. I was very upset. But yeah,
Really,
guys.
like the guys who have DTOFs, like how the hell are you gonna manage that?
So so what I did was I have adjusters, right? So I have adjusters that will allow you to lower the shelf or raise the shelf from where it's supposed to go, right? So for me to fit Carnage alone, I had to use one of those to raise the shelf to have that bigger gap in between. So it's possible to do with the risers, with the adjusters. Here's what they look like. So there's 4-inch, 4-inch, and 7-inch risers, right? So these are them. So the thing with these risers is this. For those who have details, the details, as you know, where the shelf goes, there are rods along the side of each metal side. So those round rods, this is where this would sit like this, right? To raise it. And as you have it like this is where the glass shelf inserts into.
So that's your maximum height you can raise it. It's that.
So it's either this way, correct, raising it up this way, or if you flip it, you can lower it this way. So now it's hanging from the rod this way, and the glass inserts this way like this. So it can either go up or down 4 inches.
3 inches, 4 inches. Yeah.
Well, right, 3 to 4 inches. Or I have a bigger one that's 7 inches. That is what I'm using for the Carnage, right? But
so the 7-inch one barely gets Carnage in there.
Correct. And so that's the problem. So if you got Carnage that's, however many inches, it's definitely not 21 inches. So you're going to need an entire detail for something like this. It's going to be like half of a detail.
Yeah, what's Carnage got to be? I mean, Venom's got to be 13, 14, right?
Yeah, Carnage is, I'll tell you right now, 43 centimeters, which is what? Guys, can somebody tell me what 43 centimeters in inches is? Actually, let's see who does it faster. I'll do it faster.
43. It's got to be 14. 16.
16.92. So yeah, so 17.
17.
Yep. So 17 inches. That means that the Venom still has 4 inches on it. No, you're gonna need like a half of
4 inches. 10. Yeah. 4. Crazy.
Yeah, you're gonna need. It's annoying, but can't do anything. Can't dwell on it until it's here, until it's in hand.
Maybe by the time it comes out, you'll get rid of those detox, right?
Well, that's another thing. At least, hopefully by then, I should have at least a one wall done. I mean, way before then. So,
right.
We'll see what happens. But that's my next thing. My module case. Brian's probably like, "What the hell, man?" He did.
What are you doing talking to that legendary displays guy?
I know. It's like, what are you trying to play me for?
more discount, Brian. That's what he's trying to get.
I know. It's like I need 50% off. Thanks. But yeah, guys. So like I said, they shipped my Miles 2.0 already. Should be here sometime next week. I'll let you guys know. Stay tuned for the video. Like I said, I'm going to have the 1.0 Miles out. I'm not going to pull out the other ones, the 2020 or the Bodega Cat, because there's no need. So I'm only going to do the 1.0 with the 2.0. Obviously, and I have two of the 2.0, so I may pull them both out. And two of the 1.0s. I may pull them both out, and then show you guys what the differences are. Obviously, you guys know already, but for the video. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for staying. Thank you guys for being so active. Thank you guys for always hanging out with us. We'll see you again on I'll see you again on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, as always. Let me see if I'm forgetting to tell you guys anything. Oh yeah, like I said, guys, so I don't know, for those who remember or don't remember, I made a video on the RCN Studios neck skins. And what happened was he had sent me a bunch of neck skins, and I used them for like the figures that he had shown on his page. The problem was that on that video, I was talking about specifically one of the black neck skins, which I had put on the Killmonger figure. Well, in the video, I was talking about, oh, this one doesn't really match the color and it doesn't really look nice. Well, the owner of RCN was like, "What the hell are you talking about? I didn't send you, I didn't send you that neck skin, so what, why are you talking about it?" Like, so I was like, "What the hell?" So that's why the video was removed, because I was like, "Oh, I was like, I didn't know that they were different. I thought, a black one could fit any black character. I thought a white one could fit any white character." Well, it's not like that. So that's why I took the video down. He sent me a ton. I don't know if you guys saw, but he sent me a ton more of neck skins. Literally, like at least like 9 quarter scales and everything, right? So I have to make the video again. And for those who don't know what happened to the video, it was removed. I just put it private just because the moment he messaged me, I was like, "Oh man," I was like, "I apologize." I was like, "I didn't know that it was different." So that's what happened to the video. So I got to make it again, pointing out all these new things. The fact that now I probably do have the proper neck skins for, like, for example, I used the generic one for the Iron Spider figure, which I wasn't supposed to, even though it worked. He made a specific one for that suit because it has a different design around the neck. And I just used a regular plain white one, which again, it worked, but it wasn't for that. So he just made, he made me realize, listen, you're talking about something that I didn't even send you. And I was like, "Oh,
You don't know what you're talking about, Fabs."
pretty much. He said, you need to go do what you're best at. So I was like, okay. But yeah, guys, so stay tuned for that. So, it's coming. He's a Fortnite skin. This guy. You guys are you guys are the worst. My plan, thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here. As always, I appreciate you being. Tess, yes, you too, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Next 4 skins. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys for staying. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.